Thank you for listening today on Revealing Wholeness, sponsored by Infinity Whole Health. Check out our website at infinityWholeHealth.com, where we are revealing the eternal in each individual, the infinite in the individual. The creativity is made manifest. Limitation is let go. Now, here's your host, Dr. Troy Munson.
Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Troy Munson. And I get some of the wildest cases. I am so blessed that people go through difficult things to bring it to all of us. And really, if you think about it, like I've gone through all kinds of tremendous things in my life, and I'll probably unpack those more and more this year as we go. But to give an example, I have a client who has some mid-back pain, some low back pain. She comes in, she's young, and she tells me in her history that she's lost 50, 60 pounds of weight in the last 6 months. She's in a really difficult relationship, and she got out and she lost the weight, and she's having this pain, and I push on her mid-back and it's really painful. I'm like, gosh, that's liver gallbladder. And I asked her, I said, so let me guess, you don't handle dairy very well? She was like, oh gosh, no, not at all. Okay, well, I thought it was an interesting thing, because I'm like, okay, we got liver gallbladder work on. She's young. Gosh, that's kind of not good that she can't handle dairy, and she has mid-back pain between her shoulder blades and other issues going on, and some skin things. And so then we take x-rays, and I can't remember in my whole 25 plus years of practice ever taking a film on somebody and seeing the gallbladder, because the gallbladder is a soft tissue structure. I'm typically not going to see that on an x-ray. I could see the outline of the kidneys. They're pretty dense. I can kind of see the outline of the liver a little bit. I can see the stomach shadow where air is and the liquid is all level, looks kind of cool, like a half dome. But to see the gallbladder and have about 12 stones all packed in it, and you can see all the stones, was rather impressive. And so when you simply say, hey, you might want to take a look at this on an x-ray, and you point out the gallstones, I have to be careful, because I'm like, okay, do you have any gallbladder pain? No, never have. Excellent. Please don't freak out and go to your medical doctor and have your gallbladder taken out. We would like to start correcting your digestion, meaning acidification of the gut. If you've been with me a long time, you've heard that terminology, but let me explain it to those who haven't. Acidification of the gut means we're going to bring more acid into the stomach so that you can detoxify and clean your body. Because every time your liver tries to clean your blood, everything that it pushes into the gut is often very alkaline or very nasty, and we have to have a strong enough stomach and digestive system so that it can handle that toxicity coming out of your body and not develop something like stones or arthritis, or whatever happens to a body when it doesn't clean often enough. So for her, I told her, hey, if you like raw apple cider vinegar, fantastic. Start sticking that in your diet. That will slowly acidify the stomach, change over gut bacteria, because it's kind of a probiotic too. It's a lot of great minerals, trace minerals. Potassium is great for the body generally, for dealing with calcium in the blood, even some sodium, helping blood sugar. I mean, there's some great things about raw apple cider vinegar that are awesome. And we create this nice, easy, clean, simple, slow detoxification of the blood and of the body, and we just keep sticking the gut. And I tell them, please don't start raw apple cider vinegar and then stop. If it's too harsh, the amount that you're doing, please drop down to a drop in 6 ounces of water. You won't even taste it, but see if you can just slowly ebb up from there. Just continue that process of acidification. How many people out there drinking alkaline water? Lots. I'm not a big fan of that. I disagree. The stomach, when we don't have anything in the stomach, you could put a probe into our stomach and it is incredibly acidic. It is waiting for food. That's its job. Has a nice mucous membrane around the stomach that protects it from the acid, and so it just sits there waiting for food. That's what we want. And so we want that raw apple cider vinegar being dripped in the system often, and watch the body begin to detoxify and inflammation go out of the body, softens the stones begin to break down, and now it becomes more gelatinous, then it becomes more viscous, and now it starts breaking off bits of bile off the stones, and now all of a sudden the stones dissolve and go away. That would be the nice, easy way to do it. And we want to do it gently. We don't want to do it horrendously. I know there's lots of gallbladder flushes out there and things like that. I'm not a big proponent of that. You can do them. I'm not totally against it, but you do need to understand what you're doing. Because if you get a good gallbladder attack on it, you have to know how to handle that. But the other thing that I told her, I said, hey, you may want to start implementing some beets into your diet. That would be nice. Beets have betaine, and betaine is part of betaine hydrochloride, which is hydrochloric acid precursors in our stomach. It helps thin bile through the liver. It helps clean the blood. Betaine is excellent, and it's in beets. So if you have beet powder, I don't know how they're processing those beets. I don't know if they're heating them up to 200 degrees to dry them more quickly so they can sell it to the unknowing public you for far more money than it should. Are they doing a cold process drying technique? Are they making sure the beet powder is alive? I don't know. It's your company if you're buying beet powder. I just know the company I use is under 70 degrees and uses a vacuum drying technique. They're real good at it. I prefer to use them. So if you're uncertain, it's time to start looking at some of your products if you're taking them, if you're trying to do a liver gallbladder thing. So maybe you're out there and you have a hot gallbladder right now. I've got podcasts on hot gallbladders and what to do. So those are some ideas. Can you tolerate the pain, or is the pain too great? Can we salvage your gallbladder? I think we can. Now, a medical doctor might look at that and say, well, I think that's malpractice. Well, your surgical tools are going to remain sharp. We're not in danger there, but once the gallbladder's out, you can't put it back. They don't have a mechanical gallbladder. And so I would prefer to keep your gallbladder because you need bile and you need a bag to store it in. It's not just a nonsense bag that you can just have willy-nilly taken out, even though millions of them are taken out every year, which is ridiculous. Your gallbladder is incredibly important to your body, and don't let anybody take it if you can at all help it. So why do women have more gallbladders out? Because estrogen. So let's talk about why this gal developed stones in her gallbladder because of her weight loss. Well, where are estrogens stored? They're actually stored in fat cells. So here she pulls off 50, 60 pounds of fat off her body, lickety split. What did it do in the amount of estrogen that she was pouring into her blood and fat and her liver? It totally overburdened her whole situation. She was building stones at breakneck speed. Now we want to be able to go through this process and start softening them, see if we can kind of save her gallbladder. And in 2 or 3 months, I'm going to take another picture and see how many stones can we see. Maybe we see none. Great. You did a fantastic job. Your gallbladder's fine. At least it's not in danger at this point. We can't say it's fine. It may still be healing, but we still got a liver to heal, and that's going to take some time too. But she understands now, and she's like, okay, at least I've got it. At least somebody knows what they can do for me, and at least I know the direction I'm going. So I hope that kind of helps you out there. If you've got a gallbladder case, or perhaps maybe you lost 50, 60 pounds, might be interesting to take a picture of your upper abdomen and see, can we see stones in your gallbladder? And, hey, they're there. Let's begin to work on your digestive system. It's easy. It might as well start now. So until next time, I'm Dr. Troy Munson on Revealing Wholeness.
The information on Dr. Troy Munson's podcast is meant to educate the listener and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease.